How can evil exist in the world if God is infinite and good? The existence of evil people in a world created by an infinitely good God is a complex question that has been pondered for centuries. The Catholic Church addresses this issue by considering the interplay between God's goodness, human free will, and the ultimate purpose of creation. First, God's goodness and creation. God is not the cause of evil, directly or indirectly. As the Creator, God made a world that was inherently good. Evil is not an impersonal force, but arises from the choices of individuals. God's omnipotence and providence do not imply that he wills evil, but rather that he permits it with the intention of bringing about a greater good. Second, the role of free will. Human beings, unlike other creatures, possess freedom, which allows them to choose between good and evil. This freedom is essential for love and a genuine relationship with God. However, this same freedom carries the possibility of rejecting God and choosing evil. Moral evil enters the world through the misuse of free will. God respects this freedom even when it leads to sin, because it is integral to human dignity and the capacity for love. Third, God's purpose and the mystery of evil. The fact that God permits evil, both physical and moral, remains a mystery. However, Christian faith assures us that God would not allow evil unless he could bring a greater good from it. The ultimate example of this is the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. The greatest evil, the murder of God's Son, resulted in the greatest good, the glorification of Christ and the redemption of humanity. This does not mean that evil becomes good, but that God, in his providence, can draw good from the consequences of evil. Fourth, overcoming evil. While the existence of evil is a tragedy, it does not have the final word. Christians are called to not be overcome by evil, but to overcome evil with good. This involves making choices rooted in love, even towards one's enemies. By choosing good, individuals strengthen their freedom and contribute to the triumph of good over evil. Moreover, the existence of evil people in a world created by an infinitely good God is explained through the gift of free will, which allows humans to choose between good and evil. God permits evil not as its cause, but because he respects human freedom and can ultimately bring a greater good from it, as demonstrated through the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.